run up and up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like
Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball between our visitors and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check 13.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Tight end right. Hey. 4 down.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 11 yards there, 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw is Stafford. And Walker has it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Ready. Waiting. Check nickel.
On first down, Stafford here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Grady Jarrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's brought in by Jeffrey. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. If you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore's offense retaking the field here for this next drive. Earlier we mentioned their Week 5 victory over Pittsburgh, 26-23, thanks to Justin Tucker. He hit the 46-yarder to force overtime, and then the game-winning 48-yarder that just hugged inside that left upright to get Baltimore to 3-2. And they're in the midst right now with 3 straight games within the division. Remember the loss to Cleveland in Week 4. People were wondering, is this Ravens team going in the wrong direction? Well, now they're back above 500. And then they're going to host Cincinnati in Week 6 before traveling to Seattle before getting their open week. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And that's complete to Jeffrey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Wilson. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's got the hook up once again to Jeffrey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defense is played, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
This will be taken in at the 1. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go to Elliott again. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the pass.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. Some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Stafford. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Stafford on 1st down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Again, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he's stopped right around the 29. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Uchenna Nwosu. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they've got 2 now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford complete. It's Johnson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, well, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Hey, it's the coach in our Tiburon studios in Orlando. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson. And quick throw here, that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Geno Atkins on the stop. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd down, Elliott. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job is a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Draw play, Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
Let's go.
180. Block the team. We own it.
Rivers on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Back 180. 180. Single slot.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Rivers. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Pittsburgh's offense takes the field again here. As we discussed earlier, they are 1-4. All the quarterback woes that we talked about. The defense continues to be the strength of this team. In Week 5, getting 5 sacks, 3 interceptions in the loss against Baltimore. But gosh, you thought maybe the Steelers team was starting to get some traction Monday night, Week 4. When they took care of Cincinnati, but now back in the loss column, and things aren't going to get easier. They have to face the Chargers on the road in Week 6, and then they'll get a much-needed bye week in Week 7. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Gets it off to Freeman, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again on second down. Rivers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Rivers. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Rivers on the money, complete.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it,
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And Walker has it. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Rivers. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they did it in
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When I've been up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. I'm your host, Jonathan Coachman, and this
Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by the 4-time Pro Bowler and 2010 Comeback Player of the Year, and that's Michael Vick.
One of the most unique players in NFL history. You remember the snappy left-handed throw, the ability to break a play wide open with his legs. Absolutely dynamic, explosive, and rarely ever caught from behind.
Watch the screen. Pass. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
First down, Vick. Rolling to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Partner, we talked about this at halftime, but I don't think either one of us expected it to continue. Michael Vick has been bottled up in this game. This defense has done a fantastic job of containing his running ability.
It is so rare. They could never contain him back in the day. Remember 2006 when he set the single-season record with over 1,000 rushing yards. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Play action now. Vick throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll roll him out right. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Holt. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have?
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Here's Wilson. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Vick, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Here's Michael Vick.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Vick gets this out to Saquon Barkley. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Vick to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He's got the hook up once again to Jeffrey. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion. Went just shy of the marker. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa in there to drop him. It sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A first down carry by Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Everyone got 4 down.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
And still yet to find the end zone. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So Michael Vick in the offense, down by 8, just over 1:40 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's back to throw. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to go to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Vick to throw. He'll drop this off to Jim Brown, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Back to throw.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Vick. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game,